The TFSA is one of the best tax-sheltered accounts in Canada, but most investors use it completely wrong. Today, we're going to be covering the 6 most common TFSA mistakes we see. Let's get into it. So before we start, what is the TFSA, or the tax-free savings account? Really what it is another account similar to your RRSP where you contribute new contributions per year and it can grow tax-sheltered. Now, there is no deduction with the TFSA, but whenever you take that money back out, there's no tax implications. And the following year, you get to put that money that you just took out back in again. So it's a very unique account within Canada. What are the 6 most common TFSA mistakes we make? Well, number 1, treating your TFSA like a savings account and not an investment account. One thing I think they got wrong when they named the TFSA was it's a tax-free savings account. Really what I think they should have named it is a tax-free investment account. Too many Canadians treat the TFSA like a glorified piggy bank, where they're just using a high interest fund and it's really not utilizing the tax benefits of the sheltered money within it. Parking your cash into a GIC or high interest fund is usually not the best allocation for how you should invest within a TFSA. It's really limiting your potential growth down the road. You're really missing out on the real power of the TFSA. Think of the TFSA as a tax-free compounding machine that Canada created. Number 2, redeeming from your TFSA when there are better places to take money from first. As I mentioned, the TFSA is an excellent vehicle for growing your money tax-free over time. One of the great benefits of the TFSA is its flexibility. But don't be too quick to turn the TFSA into your default account where you would want to take money from first. In retirement, it often is going to make more sense to redeem from your RIF account or your non-registered account before your TFSA, assuming that is the more tax-efficient option. It's often best to preserve your TFSA and let it grow tax-free for as long as possible. When you're treating your TFSA like an investment account, you want it to match your other accounts like your RRSP, where you're in a globally diversified portfolio that's targeting a higher return than a GIC or some interest-bearing vehicle. Number 3, not naming a beneficiary or a successor holder. This is a simple mistake that can actually have some consequences attached to it. If you don't name a beneficiary and you were to pass away, it would go through your will. And so there would be potentially probate fees attached to that as well, where if you name a beneficiary, it can be your children, your friends, your family. If it's your spouse, you want to make them the successor holder. The successor holder can take over the account tax-free and seamlessly. So that will actually transfer the TFSA to their existing TFSA. So for example, if Jack and Jill both had TFSAs with $100,000 each, and if Jack all of a sudden passed away, Jack's TFSA with $100,000 would be transferred to Jill's TFSA. Now she would be holding $200,000 of TFSA investments. Now, if you named a beneficiary to the TFSAs, you're actually closing down the TFSA by paying it out directly to the beneficiaries. So again, if it's your spouse, you want to make sure it's the successor holder linked to the TFSA. So make sure you name a beneficiary. Check your paperwork or check with your advisor to make sure the beneficiary or successor holder is in place. One little other tidbit is you can actually add what's called a contingent beneficiary. So if the first beneficiary were to pass away, it can go to a second name. Number 4, not using your TFSA properly in your retirement years. What we typically recommend for some of our clients who are retirees who don't need their full RIF minimum payment every year is they reallocate the difference into their TFSA. Again, really the strategy is to continue to grow this money tax-free going forward. The TFSA is also great in retirement if you're close to what's called OAS clawback. So if you need a large redemption from your portfolio, there could be large tax implications. One way to avoid a large tax burden and actually put yourself into OAS clawback is to utilize the TFSA for that expense and potentially maximizing the contributions to your TFSA in years to come. So if you're a retiree, it really can make sense to utilize the TFSA to avoid OAS clawback or to continue to grow your money tax-free over a long duration of time. Number 5, aligning your TFSA investments with your time horizon. When we complete a retirement cash flow projections for clients, typically what the software shows is the most tax optimized path is to take from the TFSA last because the growth is tax-free. A TFSA with long-term investment strategies are going to do obviously much better than these short-term strategies. So if your time horizon is 10, 20 years, we certainly don't want to be utilizing the TFSA for short-term vacation expenses. It's really just a wasted potential. Match your investments with your goals. Long-term money should be growth-oriented. If you're over the age of 50 or 60 and may not need the money from your TFSA for a decade or even 20 years, the likelihood is you should be investing with a higher targeted rate of return. What we've seen with the retirement cash flows that we complete for clients is that the most tax optimized way typically is to take from the TFSA last and utilize your non-registered investments and your RIF minimum payments before that. Of course, we want to make sure that any long-term money is targeted to what your risk tolerance is, which is unique to you. But again, short-term versus long-term, if you don't need this money in the next 10 years, we should be targeting a higher rate of return with your TFSA because that truly is maximizing tax efficiency and compounding the growth tax-free. Number 6, don't over-contribute to your TFSA. What's one of the most expensive TFSA mistakes you can do? Well, it's to over-contribute to your TFSA. One word of advice, if you are to log into your CRA My account and look at the TFSA contribution room you have, it may not always be accurate, and they don't guarantee it either. So if your CRA account showed you have $10,000 of contribution room, you put in that $10,000, and then it finds out actually you only have $7,000, you'd be paying a 1% penalty per month on the $3,000 you over contributed by. So word of advice, the CRA TFSA contribution room is not guaranteed. One thing that we do is we track it internally before each of your meetings to make sure we never run into this problem. So final thoughts. The TFSA is a fantastic tool to grow your money over time tax-free. It really is a wealth builder. You may not be utilizing the TFSA to its maximum potential if you're using it for high interest vehicles or buying GICs in your TFSA. So if you have a long time horizon, make sure the TFSA is working hard for you in these years that you don't need the money from it. If you need any help reviewing your TFSA strategy, we're of course always here to help. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care for now. Hey there, thanks again for watching this video. If you want to watch more videos like this, subscribe to our channel where we're going to be releasing new videos constantly with burning questions our clients have or what's happening in the world or educational. If you want to learn more about Rank and Rice Wealth Management and the services that we offer for our clients, go to our website. We'd love to set up a call and see if we can help you on your financial journey.